Okay, I've just played 4 examples of Brassy type sounds on the Studiologic synth, the last of which, Sexual Healing, I've dealt with in part 4, but I thought I'd show that as a contrast to the other brass sounds. Now the first sound that we're going to have a look at is the fanfare trumpet sound from Fanfare for the Common Man, which Keith Emerson originally played on a Yamaha GX1. We're going to try and get the flavour of it on the Studiologic Sledge. So we're going to start by selecting the initial setting, which is kind of a 0 setting, and is a good starting point for all. That's a good starting point. So oscillator 1, 16 foot, oscillator 2, 16 foot, take out oscillator 3. We need a sawtooth waveform, so select a sawtooth waveform there and here. We need to detune that ever so slightly, and we're going to be using the modulation section, not the sine wave but the ramp. Now some synthesizers have a dedicated envelope, 4-stage envelope, attack, decay, sustain and release. We have a ramp here which does the same job, and we need that to form a little rise in pitch. So the speed of that is 86, the depth of it is 1 semitone, and that's a value of 24. Let's just hear that sound. Now, as you can hear, there are 2 semitones clashing with each other there, so we've got to reduce oscillator 1 by a semitone. There we are. Okay, so we're getting a Brassy type sound with the sawtooth waveform. We now need to move over to the filter section and the effects section. Okay, in the filter section, obviously the filter would normally be fully open, and we're going to close that down. We're going to put that to round about 47. There we go. Resonance, just a little bit of resonance on there to add a bit of sparkle to the sound. And key track, we need the sound to be brighter at the top end of the keyboard. So the key track is 96. Okay, we're going to apply a filter envelope to the sound as well. So I need to set up the 4 stages and the amount. So the attack is 50. There we go. We won't really be hearing much of a Brassy sound yet until I apply that. The decay is 77. And the sustain is 70. So applying that to the filter, 31 here, and this is getting us in the region of the sound. So we can hear the little rise in pitch, we can hear the oscillators working together. We need an effect now. We need to bathe this in reverb, and we'll select the reverb here. Reverb time 90, which is quite a lot. The level 64, and here's our sound. Okay, that's Fanfare for the Common Man. The next one was Europe's Final Countdown, and this was recorded by Joey Tempest on a Roland JX8P midied up to a Yamaha TX rack. Now obviously we haven't got all that equipment today, but with just a few tweaks we can recreate the sound. So we need to adjust the filter envelope attack to about 52, there we are, and the key track, because we don't want it to be quite as bright at the top end, back to 64. We also need to adjust the reverb time, 65, and the length of that, so a level of that is 88. Okay, so here's the final countdown. Okay, excellent. And the third and final sound that we're going to look at today is the track that Tony Hymas did on a Prophet with a band called Ph.D. Now for this I'm going to quickly change one of the oscillators to 8-foot pitch. I'm going to remove the ramp. There we are, so we've got a fairly normal setting there, but you can now hear there are two pitches, an 8-foot pitch and a 16-foot pitch. I need to adjust the filter envelope slightly. The attack time is now 41, so a quicker attack. And I'm just going to introduce a little bit of velocity in there just to get a bit more expressiveness in the playing. There we go. Okay, now I can do the Prophet sound Ph.D. So again, with just a few tweaks we can make a variety of brass type sounds, including the sexual healing one which I did in part 4, and check that out if you can.